So when we talk about Google and AI, it's really easy to just think about the chatbot, right? Gemini. But that's only half the story. The truth is, Google is fighting a high-stakes, two-front war. One front is that public battle for your attention. The other is a much quieter, high-stakes fight for the future of the cloud itself. And that's where the real battle is being fought.
I mean, just think about it for a second. What happens when a tech giant, a company that's supposed to be 10 steps ahead, gets caught completely flat-footed? Well, that's pretty much what happened to Google. The surprise launch of a rival's product kicked off a panic that basically reshaped the entire tech industry. And the craziest part? It all happened in just a few short weeks.
Okay, so to really get this, we have to go back to the beginning. Let's talk about the AI arms race. This is where all the chaos started. With a market reaction so fast and so frantic, it felt like the whole world was holding its breath. The speed here is just insane. Okay, so November 2022, ChatGPT drops and it goes viral overnight. By December, not even a month later, Google is in full-on panic mode, issuing a code red because they're terrified for their search business. So, on February 6th, they rush out an announcement for their competitor, Bard. But it's too late. The very next day, Microsoft steps onto the stage and reveals it's already plugging ChatGPT right into Bing. And just like that, they had completely stolen Google's thunder.
You know, this quote from Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, it just says everything. He said, "I want people to know that we made them dance." You see, this wasn't just about launching a better product. It was a strategic power move. Microsoft deliberately put Google, a longtime leader in AI, on the back foot, forcing them to scramble and react in public. They made them dance.
And the fallout from that dance? It was immediate, and it was brutal. So Google's doing this live demo for their new AI, and right there on stage it gives a wrong answer, a factual error. Investors freaked out, and in a single day, Google lost $100 billion in market value. That number just goes to show you how ridiculously high the stakes were, right from day one. But okay, while all of this public drama is unfolding with the chatbots, the real story, the much bigger story, was happening behind the curtain. So let's go inside what I like to call Google's AI factory, this massive industrial-scale platform that's powering everything they do. Right, so we all get to play with the shiny new chatbot. It feels like magic. But have you ever stopped to think, where does this stuff actually come from? How is it built? It's not magic, not at all. It's a complex industrial process, and it's run inside a massive digital factory. And that factory has a name, Vertex AI. I want you to literally picture a giant assembly line, but instead of cars, it's churning out artificial intelligence. It brings together all the tools you could possibly need into one single environment, from gathering the raw materials, or the data, to training the model, and then finally shipping the finished product. That's Vertex AI. And if you were to peek inside this factory, you'd see it's not just one big machine. No way. It's an entire suite of specialized tools, all working together. You've got a workbench for engineers to design new models, pipelines to automate all the repetitive work, and dedicated stations for training, for prediction, and for monitoring. Every single step of the AI assembly line is covered. All right, so we've had the bird's eye view of the factory floor. Now let's get our hands a little dirty and look at a couple of the key machines up close. Because once you understand just a couple of these key processes, you start to see why this whole industrial approach is so incredibly powerful. So think of it like this. Inside the factory, you've got two different production lines running at two different speeds. The first is for online prediction. That's like a sports car. It's super fast, built for instant, sub-second answers you need right now. But what if you just need to analyze a giant mountain of data once a month? You don't need a sports car for that. You need a freight train. That's batch prediction. It runs a massive job, delivers the results, and then shuts itself down. It is way more efficient and saves a ton of money. But here's the thing. Getting a model built in the lab is one thing. But what happens when you release it out into the wild? You trained it in this perfect, clean, controlled environment, but the real world is messy and chaotic. So how do you stop your shiny new AI from just breaking down the second it gets out there? This is a huge problem for AI engineers. Well, this exact problem is so common it has its own name. It's called training-serving skew, and it's like a silent killer for AI models. It happens when the messy data the AI sees in the real world doesn't perfectly match the super clean data it was trained on, and even the tiniest differences can build up over time and just quietly wreck the model's performance. So how does the AI factory solve this? Well, it has its own quality control department, and it's called the feature store. Think of it like a central library of pre-approved standardized parts. By forcing both the training lab and the live production line to use the exact same parts from this library, it guarantees consistency. And that's how it stops that dangerous skew right in its tracks.
Okay, so now that we have a little bit of that behind-the-scenes context on how complicated this factory is, let's go back to the public story of Gemini. Because you know what? All of its public stumbles start to make a whole lot more sense.
So, fast forward to February 2024, and things just blew up. Users started discovering that Gemini was generating images that were historically, well, just bizarre and inaccurate. It was creating images of people of color as Nazi-era German soldiers, or as America's founding fathers. The backlash online was immediate and fierce.
Google's reaction was swift. They immediately shut the whole feature down, and their official response was that the outputs were, quote, embarrassing and wrong. It was basically a public admission that a seriously defective product had rolled right off their state-of-the-art assembly line and into the hands of millions of people.
And look, you could maybe write that off as a one-time glitch, but it wasn't. There was a whole pattern of these issues starting to emerge. Its text responses were accused of having political bias, in one case equating Elon Musk with Hitler. There were more factual errors, some of them in Super Bowl commercials of all places. And then there was this one deeply disturbing case reported by CBS News where a student asked for homework help and the chatbot responded with a threatening message that ended with the words, "Please die."
So why does all of this matter? Well, because these aren't just embarrassing PR blunders. They are symptoms of a much, much harder problem. They pull back the curtain and show us just how incredibly difficult it is to control the output from these complex AI factories. It highlights these immense technical and, frankly, ethical hurdles of deploying this kind of technology at a global scale.
And all of this, it brings us to the final act, the big showdown. And to see it clearly, we have to zoom all the way out. Because the real war here, the real prize, isn't about which chatbot is cooler. It's a knockdown, drag-out fight for dominance in the multi-trillion-dollar cloud computing market. That is what this is all about. Because when you look at the competition, you see that Google's AI factory, Vertex AI, isn't the only game in town. Its biggest rival is Amazon's SageMaker, and they have really different philosophies. Vertex AI is built to be simpler, to work seamlessly with Google's other cloud tools. SageMaker, on the other hand, is for the experts who want to tweak every single knob and dial. It's that classic battle, ease of use versus total control. And the entire enterprise AI market is what's at stake. And that, right there, is the whole story. This is a two-front war, plain and simple. The front you see every day is the battle for the consumer's attention with Gemini. But the hidden, and arguably more important front, is the battle for the developer's wallet with the AI factory Vertex AI. One war is for today's headlines, the other is for tomorrow's internet.
So I want to leave you with this one final thought. These AI factories, from Google, from Amazon, from all the major players, they are becoming unimaginably powerful. They are the infrastructure that will build our entire next generation of technology. And that leaves us with a really critical question to think about. As their power grows, who ultimately gets to decide what they build, what values they have baked in, and what kind of future they create for all of us?